So the big thorny topic of the day is internet safety and why it's so important. And what is the role of an educator? These days, you cannot avoid being online. Whether it's for looking up information, many times for work purposes, the necessity of doing research, a lot of school assignments and learning management systems are now online. Kids are drenched in the online world practically from the time they're born now. And how to teach it internet safety, I think it's something that we need to weave in, even in our discussions. Talking about the principles of civility and discourse would be nice, both cyberbullying, and just talking as a class, have they been bullied? What defines that? And how cyberbullying and regular bullying kind of feed together. What are my thoughts on the NetSmarts website and the digital citizen training? I mean, there's a lot of useful information. I feel like, though, the digital training was trying to cover such a broad spectrum, and I don't really know if all of it was really relevant for every educator. If you've been in education circles, some of this stuff, like citing your sources, that should be second nature by now, and teaching the importance of using reputable sources. Use safety. Big items that jumped out to me on that article that we were supposed to read was that there a lot of times a link between cyberbullying and real life bullying. So there's not a perfect divide between the two halves of a child's life, whether it's their online life or their in-person life. I feel like the online world has made it easier to have an anonymous approach, hide behind your screen name and say all sorts of crazy, ridiculous, and stupid things, and I mean that plainly, without thinking that you're hurting a real person behind it. It's kind of like being in traffic and you don't necessarily see the person in the car, you see the car. That's kind of like it is when you're online a lot of times, only it's a little more personal. So it's something to really think about. I think the internet safety is something that, and this is where I disagree with the NetSmarts training in saying that, it's something for older students only. I have to disagree. More and more kids working in the elementary school setting, like I do now, and second, third, fourth grade now, and younger, are online, using apps, interacting in the online world. I really think that if they're going to be on the computer or on a tablet, on an iPad, anything with internet connection, they need to know how to use it safely. And if they can't use it safely, then we as a society really need to think about what we're doing and why we're encouraging use at such a young age. That's my 2 cents.